Welcome to our Thursday drives. Today we're taking you to two neighborhoods and we're zoning in on the $900,000 price point. So if you want a different price point, it might be good to see these two neighborhoods anyways. So we're going to show you TimberRidge. So TimberRidge starting price point, would you say?
High 800s?
Yeah. 800 to maybe a little over $1 million.
There's some
with the
over
2-acre
in
lots
TimberRidge that are like 1.4, 1.5.
Yeah.
The ones that are in the back, there's several of them over 1.1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say this is a very average price point for that area. The thing about TimberRidge is the space. Like, they have giant yards and they have beautiful homes. So, but you're still close to town.
Yeah. So we almost had a client buy the house that we're going to show you. So we're going to preview one house. What is that? 9 flat?
It was like, no, I think it was
we
$950 or so.
But we were getting some good incentives on it, though, I think.
And then there was incentives.
Mm-hmm.
But when they were really torn because the quality of finishes in this house and the yard size, and you had mountain views and everything, but it compared to like the second house, then we're going to go over to Wolf Ranch.
They like the area of Wolf Ranch, right? Wasn't that kind of what it boiled down to?
Well, and it was convenience.
Mm-hmm.
So the TimberRidge one was approximately 7 minutes more, which doesn't seem like much. But at the end of the day, when they were weighing it out against Wolf Ranch, and it was that time, and it was just too easy to pass up, and they have a single child, and so they wanted to make sure that there was like friends and easy things for her to go do and play. And I think it really was the community that maybe won them out. He really liked the serenity and the bigger yard and those things, and she loved this house because it's when you're looking at $900,000 houses, you can get like a variation of something that still needs quite a few fixes. To this, it was a very pretty house.
Yep.
And so I think that's why they were torn.
So TimberRidge, different neighborhood. There's no like planned community. There's no pool, rec center, but TimberRidge, you have more space in the 900s. So if you're interested in like the 800 to 1.1, 1.3, great video to watch. And then we're also going to take you over to Wolf Ranch, more by Kalene's house. Kalene has a lot of our neighbors now. This is another neighbor for us, for you.
I mean, I feel like we do a lot in Wolf Ranch, but if you're looking at new builds and you want like 800 to like $1 million, this is like where a lot of them are.
And I love the finishes in this home. I haven't seen the first one we're going to, but the second one, I love the finishes in the home.
It's
just
probably one
different.
of the prettiest houses I've seen in a while.
When we walked into it, the new build rep was like, "Do you like the exterior?" And I'm like, "I actually love the exterior." She was, "I don't like it."
It was hard to take a picture of.
And she's like, "Yeah, because it's dark." Well, you'll see. And she was like, "Young people like it, and old people don't like it." And I'm like, "Well, I'm not young, but I do think it's like beautiful." Like,
and to me, it felt like Colorado. Like, I could see putting wood chairs in the front of that. And like, by the time you add landscaping, that house is gonna pop.
Yeah.
And they liked it. They said it was actually, so our clients bought the house, and they said it's a Minnesota thing. Like, a lot of their newer homes right now have that. Aren't they in Minnesota?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where I'm from.
And she said that it reminds her of a lot of the new builds over there. And she liked that.
Yeah.
And it is. I think it's stunning. It's pretty.
So, yeah, it was one of my favorite houses I've seen because we saw a lot of houses in that price point, and it's amazing. There's a couple up in Monument, and you back right up to those houses. And this one, there is a house behind you, but I do feel a little bit more sense of, like, privacy. The other ones, like, your windows are, like, reach out and touch someone, like, weird to me. So, anyways, I'm excited to show you both these. When a client is in the 900,000s, there's a lot of options, and it's different what you get in every neighborhood.
That's the thing. It almost took them a couple days just to kind of narrow down.
Yeah.
Because they had a lot of options. Like, do you want to be in Monument? Do you want to, what size of yard? What size of lifestyle? Like, you really do have options.
And they were kind of like 900. The 1.1 was kind of pushing them. You could see them like that was like top of their budget, so it had to check a lot of boxes. and they both had kind of different, like one liked one neighborhood, one liked the other. So it was kind of interesting to kind of watch them compromise as we went through it. And I feel like they landed on something they both kind of agreed on, but I don't know, it'll be interesting to see kind of how
and
this
I know
together.
At one point we were even up in like Forest Lakes, but then we were looking at like the ones with the good lots.
Yeah.
That like one was kind of tiny for at 900,000 you're like, you want your house to have like a wow, like that's an expensive house.
Yeah, to just be like settling for
and
something.
That's what they had, the area, but then the house you had to give on. And then another house had like the right lot out there, but the house needed some updating and fixing. It was only like 8 years old, and it looked at the lake and stuff, but they're like, cash flow wise, like, you're spending $950, $975 on a house, and you're still having to put work into it.
And then we looked at some in the 8s, and it was just like the finishes weren't there. I'm like, this doesn't, I mean, I could see the area, I could see some of it, but I'm like, the finishes aren't there.
Sorry.
I got a road rage. Okay. For the, I don't know, $900 million price point. This one, it is $975, $950. I can't remember now. It's been a couple weeks since we had a contract. They got some good incentives on it as well. We negotiated that in, and I think we got the fridge, maybe? I can't remember. Right?
We did get a fridge too. And that's the thing, they were looking at it from a cash flow standpoint, and that's why they're like, you could go with something already existing, the landscaping's in, but then it's kind, it didn't feel real good to them to have all these projects. So they wound up going with a new build that they are going to have to landscape, but the incentives that we were able to negotiate left cash in their pocket so that it doesn't stretch them. And so, there's some good deals out there. I would say even we have a lot of listings right now, and in certain areas when we're competing against builders, it's really hard because the builders can play with incentives that it's really hard to compete with a builder
when they're offering $30,000-$40,000 in incentives. It does get a little tricky. So anyways, Kalene got me this, or not got me, she let me borrow her clip for her hair. And I've never used a clip in my hair. Like, do you remember when we were like, well, this isn't going to date me, but when I was like 14, banana clips were in. I think they're kind of bad, but we used to call them banana clips. Yeah. And my hair is so thick, maybe my hair's thinning now. It was like, I just couldn't hold it. Like, I guess if I was like running or something. And I got new shoes.
It. I think it looks like business.
And I got new shoes.
I'll try on your shoes for the next video.
I like them because they have a little bit of a heel, not too much, and a little bit chunky. And
I like that color.
I got it in white too. I couldn't decide, so I got both.
They are cute. I like them.
So that's my new shoe.
Just tell me if they're comfortable.
I'm still the vertical. I don't think I would like walk in like Europe on them with them, but I can show a couple houses in them. So maybe if you reach out, I'll show my.
I like the chunkier heel.
Yes, since I don't like pointy for like showing houses and stuff like that. But I need a shoe that I can slide off, because you have to take your shoes off every time you go into a house, and it's a real pain.
And I'm still stuck in my tennis shoes because I haven't decided what kind of shoe I want for the spring. Well, it's hard dressing in the spring in Colorado.
Yeah, because you never know what you're going to get.
Well, that's the thing. Like, you could do that, and then if, say, you had to go to a baseball game later, and, like, the weather moves in, your feet are going to be freezing.
I know. It's a risk I'm taking today. But
it's cute.
No baseball games today for me.
No baseball. Colorado, springtime, you do have to just always kind of be prepared. But then once the sun comes out, you're like, oh my gosh, I want some color on my skin, and
Yeah.
So you don't want to be too covered up.
So pulling into TimberRidge, as you can see, I'm hoping you can see from the overhead cam that, do you see the lot size on some of these? So over here, Sterling Ranch, we actually just did a video on this on affordable housing, and affordable, take that with a grain of salt, but more affordable housing and traditional lots. And then just north of that is this TimberRidge, where you have a little bit larger lots. These are
estate lots,
yes,
and they're 2.5 acres. They're very different than, like, you cross this. This is Sand Creek that we're going to cross now. And then now we are in, I forget what they call them, but they are not the estate lots over at TimberRidge. Now this area there's not going to be hundreds. Well, there's probably, 150
What are you talking
homes
about?
total
Oh,
here.
homes, okay.
And that's it. Like,
Mhm.
Sterling Ranch is going to be thousands. This
Wolf
is like
Ranch is
100.
that was one of our
150.
clients, like a couple weeks ago. His thing was like he felt kind of they want a little bit more. I don't know how to say space. They're coming from a little bit of land, and they didn't want.
Look at these lot sizes.
I know.
Like, they are nice.
There, but they want a little bit lower price point. But he's the Wolf Ranch kind of felt overwhelming to him with the number of houses and kids and families. It's just finding your right. The second house will be in Wolf Ranch.
Well,
so you'll
look
kinda
at
see.
this even. Like, you have basketball hoops with
Trampolines.
slabs for like
Full
an
basketball.
actual full basketballs.
Uh-huh.
Trampolines. I've seen batting
Cages.
cages. And that's where I think if you want something like that in your home,
That's a 4-car garage.
Oh yeah, that's
an RV garage.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of different options. Now you're not going to have like chickens and that kind. There
Why
definitely
is
isn't HOA
everywhere
here.
we're going lately
I don't know.
filled with construction?
I haven't seen this house, so I haven't seen this.
Oh, it's cute.
First
It's
house.
right here. This white.
This white and black one.
It's really pretty.
Just go park by the porta potty. You know you're going to have to use it.
I kind of do need to. All right. Well, we are going to
What
get
is
out.
going on in this car?
Like,
Is it
what the
lunchtime? Is it
heck?
lunchtime? Maybe it's
Oh.
lunchtime.
They are starting to get out of the road.
I know. What
Jerk.
is he doing? Jerk. He's just on his phone.
I mean, what are you doing? I'm sorry. I almost forgot I was on video.
Kaylene's true colors are coming out.
Sorry.
Just pull
That
in the
makes me
driveway.
mad. Like, put your phone down and drive.
We asked them to open it for us.
Okay,
So I
let's
think
go.
we have 3 under contract with this builder. Their model home was one of my favorites.
Uh-huh.
It kind of has inspired my new build a little bit.
Ooh.
Try to let me go a little bit more bold on certain things. But let's go take a look. Look at this beauty. It is a 3-car garage. Sorry, there's so much construction everywhere we go today. Do you like the split car garage, or would you rather have your 3-car garage
I'd
side by
rather
side?
have it together.
You would?
But I think what they liked about this is aesthetically from the front, they liked the look.
Okay. I
you
do
know,
like the colors, that metal roof line. I do
Yeah.
like that.
It has like, you like all those, what do you call them? Like
Gables or arches? What are you talking
I
about?
forget what the dormers.
Dormers.
Yeah. He said he was
He
opening
didn't
it.
unlock it. All right, we'll be back. 20 minutes later.
All right, it actually kind of made us mad. But it'll be worth it to
It'll
see.
be worth it.
what
So
you
they
get.
had countertops in here.
$9.50.
And when I was doing my new build, these were the same
Honest, When I
countertops.
was here with our client, I didn't remember them being pink.
They
But
had that
I-
pink speckle.
But that's what, apparently it was a thing because their builders changed it.
And they upgraded with the Taj Mahal.
The Taj Mahal.
That's what he said.
So it's kind of like that traditional, like you walk in. So this was that garage.
Oh yeah, that side
The
garage.
single.
Okay, the single. I'll show you.
Which is a little awkward to me, to be honest.
Yeah, but a 1-car garage, like if you had a Tesla or
But
something,
like if
or
I had my bikes and like skis and stuff, I'd make it like my gear garage.
yeah.
Okay, so we have the gear garage, and then this is a little different. So you come over here, and there's a powder room. They have cute tile.
I do like how they laid it, and it's that brick. I picked brick for my house, but I didn't
Uh-huh.
white. I like kind of that neutral color though,
But
actually.
this is different up here too, though, Lori. Like your laundry. I don't know
Oh.
how I feel about that up there.
Right when you walk in, that is really different for this.
It's different, but I like the fact that there's, like, if I think about these houses that have the cute exteriors, they
Yeah.
all have the same flow, so it's different.
Uh-huh.
But then over here you have coat closet, and you have 2 nice-sized bedrooms and a Jack and Jill bath.
That is different.
It's different.
Yeah.
So, and they're 9-foot ceilings.
And we're in the 9s.
And
Keep
look
that in
at
mind.
this tile. You
I-
probably like that.
I do like that too, that little hexagon.
And this is, what is it? This has to be Carrera. I forget what it's called, but it's a more upgraded tile. Or countertop, sorry.
And this is
I
typical
don't
Jack
know
and
if
Jill
I
bath.
like I would have slid one. It's a lot of doors right there. But then look at even their closet doors instead of the sliding.
Nice and tall too.
You know.
Yep.
And they have the built-in shelving. So good sized rooms, 2 of them right up front. And then you walk in, this is the part that it's like, here's your other garage, and you have
A little drop zone.
Look how pretty this is.
That is pretty.
Like, and it has this grand
Oh yeah, see that's.
kitchen. It has
I do like the countertops
it's
now.
pretty. And it has the butler pantry. It has the triple slider.
Oh, you have a great view. I know there's houses behind you, ladies and gentlemen,
And like,
but
look at this, a big round table, Lori, and you
looks
have
like
double
that.
fireplaces in this room. Like, it's different than what you see.
it's different. And if you stage this, you could stage this pretty cute.
It could look really pretty, and look at that view.
I know. I was kind of cheating and show that to them.
That's why.
And there's just so much. You have this huge, large slider, like you said.
Like, this is where you would live in this house,
windows.
and you still have an office.
Oh,
and it
yes.
walks
Is
through.
this a walkthrough? This could be my husband's dream library. Like this is. If you talk about this, would be perfect for like my husband would love this.
It's actually,
we're already done.
and you have the light, and you could look at it.
Because you could shut both these doors for an office. Most people use it as an office. Do some built-ins.
You could have your husband's dream library and your desk.
And a desk sitting area with the fireplace.
It's kind of cool.
And mountain views. I actually really like it. That's different.
And the double fireplaces. But
see, this is my
I
one thing
do
about.
like how everything is at the back of this house.
I'll get that to that in a minute.
But that's where, if you think about it, you had to locate that laundry room somewhere.
And landscaping is done with this builder, which is 50, 60,000.
And look how big that yard is. Do you see why they were torn?
I do. Because you have a nice view on this one.
I mean, it's nice.
And that
it's
kitchen.
a giant, like, you could have a sitting area, a table, and your grill out here. Like, it goes the whole back of the house.
And there's a lot of room to do something in the base, or on the lower level if you wanted to do like, I don't know, built-in like grill station and yeah.
So look at that kitchen size too, Lori.
I do love
you
that.
have six cabinets. That's how long this island is. And I mean, this backsplash is kind of cool, even though it's like
it's shiny, but I actually really like it because it's so neutral. I kind of like it.
Almost like an old world rustic.
My only thing for this level of house is why don't they put double ovens in? Like there's enough counter space. I think they should have put like why cheap out with that?
Relocated this in.
Or even like you lose one counter space in here. You have a lot of counter space in here, and you have this.
This is like your
butler pantry
area, butler pantry type thing.
Yeah, this is cute. I don't think it was under contract. Darcy said she didn't think so.
See, I do. That countertop is really pretty. And then this is the tile I did in my house, but not that color. So then you still have out of, like, here's the primary suite, but you have a door that goes out. And then, what would you use that? I would use that as like a broom
that was in the, actually this is like, they had like a linen, or a coat closet in the other floor plan, that's $650.
I think I would use it for my like brooms and stuff, but look how pretty this master is.
Yeah, it's pretty and big.
And it feels like a primary suite. Like this is grand feeling.
Yeah.
So if you take the house that they selected for this, do you see why it was kind of hard?
Oh, I'd have a hard time with that too, because this one.
It's very pretty.
You know how I love a view. I'm a sucker for a good view. And the finishes are different. They're nice, like light and bright, where you'll see the other ones, it's a little bit more, I don't know, just more modern, I guess.
Like more manly.
Yeah.
Masculine. I don't know. And like four windows out here, and you really, like, you could do the top down, bottom ups here, and nobody would even know.
And there's homes behind you, which I know, but they're set back far enough where I wouldn't feel like I had to talk to them. I know that sounds weird.
Well, and here's the thing. I was telling Lori, like, this is still new build feel out here, but I think in 10 years, this community, because of the lot sizes, because of the cohesiveness still that it has here, once that vegetation goes up a little, like, this to me is gonna feel, I'm not gonna compare it to Sanctuary Point, but kind of that caliber of neighborhood. It's just still new, but if you want RV garages, basketball courts, batting cages,
Bigger
big fire
yards.
pits, yards. This is a very
I do have to agree
unique
with you.
area.
I wasn't really like a huge fan for a long time, but once those trees start growing up and then you have this caliber of house, I love this main
A
living
buffet,
area.
Laurie. Like you actually have room to like do a cool buffet.
Something.
Like something.
I actually don't really like ever show you guys the downstairs a lot, but I kind of want to see it.
I don't. This house is tempting.
It is tempting because, you know, I'm doing a new build and I'm like above this price point a little bit, if I'm being really honest.
And this is what, 9?
And
you
this
could probably
is-
get it right at 9.
This is huge, like square footage wise. I mean, it's almost, this is like too big a little bit for me, but I love the finishes of it. And it's a good value.
There's that tile you were debating.
I do. I almost did this in blue. Now I want it. It's actually a cream color.
That one's cream. It's pretty.
It's pretty when it's up there like that.
But look, think of how, even if you were a multi-generational family, like you even have mountain views out here.
Yeah, you can see the mountains.
And it's this walkout with a ton of right spaces. So they have 2 separate bedrooms, bathrooms.
So you have, and they're, I mean, oh my gosh, this has its own like walkout.
It's like a junior suite.
It is. Your kids could really,
They would be too comfortable.
they would be too comfortable or just like leave in the middle of the night. And I don't know where they'd go, but they could have their own access.
At least you're a little far away from town.
Yeah.
But you walk out, you have your covered patio down here, like your hot tub and stuff. Perfect
Let
area.
me see this bathroom. I like to see the finishes. I kind of want this tile though.
Now you want to
I've
switch?
decided- Yep, I'm switching to this. This one's okay. Pretty standard.
But look at these bedroom sizes.
They're good bedroom
And
sizes,
if you
absolutely.
remember, there were still 2 bedrooms upstairs. It still checks that box for office or for Lori, the library room. But this house is amazing at this price point for Colorado
That
Springs.
library room upstairs, I think you could make that so beautiful.
It could be.
All right, let's go see the option they picked. I like that option.
I knew this would be a house you would want to
There are
talk
some
about.
houses we see on like what
Oh,
client-
time out. My thing's red.
Oh, it's okay.
It's all right. You can still hear me, I'm
Okay,
sure.
Just turn it back on maybe. Oh yeah, you're off. You got cut off from talking. Hope they could hear you in there. Sometimes when Kalene just talks so much, the mic just shuts off and they're like, "You're done."
You're done, Kalene.
That's like my husband at night when he likes to like talk and tell me stories, and
oh yeah.
sometimes I'm like, "You're done."
I
I'm zoning out
do,
now. This is my
like-
zone out scroll time.
Any of you guys watching, like I almost think we should do a video on Sterling Ranch because it is like we could look up this master plan and I feel like there's enough out there right now of it that you can kind of see what's going to be happening.
I used to not like it,
Like-
but that house got me. I do like that one.
Well, and with the knowing that the parks are going in right there and we know all that commercial is right there.
And I've seen a lot of homes in the 900,000s because we had a couple clients on at that price point. So I feel like I know the value. And it's like when
It's a good house.
so think about those homes, those new builds that we've saw. A couple
lot
builders
of
like
clients.
Toll Brothers and Advantage, and they do build some good houses in certain areas.
Like you feel like
but then
you got
all
good
of a sudden
value.
you go to this road and they built like 8 houses in a row, and I'm like, they all just felt the same
even
to me and builder
that
grade.
could be like a $900,000 house.
I know it's kind
The
of
other house like kicks its butt.
that open floor plan though, I loved that. Like that would just work for
The
me.
tall ceilings, the doors, the giant island.
I'm just picturing how I decorate that main
Uh-huh.
with that table, like you said, a round, cool, like chunky
Stately
tables.
table.
Yes,
And I would sit there.
and I would do some
And like when my
built-ins.
family was over, we'd sit at that table. You could still see the TV.
Uh-huh.
You have a giant bar. Like you could host big groups still.
Mm-hmm.
It's a big house though, and
It is a big
that's where
house.
I think like it might be a little hard for people to see past because if you're like our age and you kind of want to size down, you
I know,
definitely
my whole
are
point
not
was to
doing.
downsize, and then which I did. Well, I didn't. This is kind of a little bit bigger, my next one, but storage-wise, and like it's a little bit. I don't know how to explain it, but
It's different because you're going to a ranch.
it's different because I'm going to a ranch. But this one, I would not be downsizing. But I do think it's manageable to live on that main level. It is a big house, though. I would not be downsizing.
and it's a big yard.
It's just that main level. When I see stuff
And so
like
then
that, I'm
you
like,
have a family who's shopping for that. But, you know, I'm talking theoretically. But then a family, would they rather go with a District 20 house, because that's District 49, and would they rather have amenities? And that's literally what our clients start weighing out. And so if you want the serenity, your space, you have that budget, they're still great schools, that's a great house.
Okay.
If you're more focused on convenience and District 20 schools and all that, we have another good option for you.
Now I'm gonna go to the next one and like this one too, because I did love this one when they walked this one.
This one's
I was
so
like, this
pretty.
is really nice as well. But I'm gonna keep thinking about how I'm gonna decorate that main level right there and envision that. This is what happens to me. It's not even my house.
Lori, you have to stay in the house you're in for at least 2 years.
I have been in my same house for over 10 years.
I know.
And I plan not to leave this
No,
next
but
one.
your new one.
No, I won't
yeah.
leave it. I don't think
know.
so. It's perfect for us. It'll be
is.
fine. That one would be a little big. I do love the finishes. I'll just
I know.
envision what I put in there. I'll put it over
Even
there.
that new countertop they put in, like, I just don't think it does it justice because it's empty. You put,
Oh,
if
yeah, you could
stage
pop
that,
those with-
it is gonna look like it.
Yeah.
Well, it's $1 million house, and
It
it
is.
looks like $1 million
It
house.
does. But those other ones, like I said, were 800, and for 100,000 more, you could get that. Is just not even. I think we could negotiate that
All right,
down.
say you didn't contract on your house, and you saw that, and you saw what you contracted on. You would be tempted with that? Yep.
It was a good one.
And you're still close to town.
Yeah, I liked it. I did like that one. So that's an option. So if you like that one, reach out. It's a couple. We saw the other house on Wrangell the other day, and
Ooh,
I
that
do
one.
think we have a client coming this weekend, but it's a good one. Like, it just doesn't. The pictures don't do it justice. I don't know why it's sitting there.
It's cute.
We can probably get some good incentives on it, or like negotiate. And it's a really cute house.
I know. It's
Kayleen saw it
just
too.
waiting for our client to come in, and I hope that he's prepared to like the house as much as we both liked
We
it.
sent it to him, and I'm like, maybe it won't go under contract this weekend, and it didn't. So we'll see. We'll get back to you on that one.
Yes.
Okay, so now we're heading to Wolf Ranch. So if you're still watching this video, thank you. We're heading to Wolf Ranch. So I'm hoping you can see from our Skyway cam. I call it something different every time.
360.
I know. That's so boring.
We can name it.
Oh, yeah. We could name it.
We'll call it the Eye in the Sky.
Okay. Anyways, so we're heading to Wolf Ranch, and we're going to show you a very different but similar option.
Well, and I see
They're both
why
inventory
they
new
were,
builds.
I mean, we're literally playing out what just happened, but we've seen. I mean, we had this client that we keep referring back to, and this is where they were stuck in between. But we had probably 3 or 4 clients all at the same price point, and we saw a lot of houses. And I think they were weighing out the best too, in my opinion, what was out there at the time.
But think if you were a $900,000 budget, I would like do this. I think we're a little crooked. If you were like in Peregrine, such a different house.
Well, we saw some, and it was a late 90s, early 2000, incredible serene setting.
Probably that yellow oak,
Is
solid cabinetry.
No. The one I saw actually was renovated.
No.
Like, the kitchen was nice. The living rooms were smaller because
For under $1 million?
yeah, it was like $975, something like
Okay.
that. But here was the killer for them. The garage is smaller.
Was it just a 2?
I think it was a 3, but it was just like that 90s house 3-car garage. Like, there's not extra space because cars weren't as big as they are now. And then we went to the basement, and he's like, I don't think we'd even use the basement because it was 8-foot ceilings. And
It's such a different feeling.
I mean, he liked the one. He was like, she'll never go for it.
Well, that's how the West Side is. Everyone loves that area, but you have to want that.
You have to want the area more than the house.
Yeah, well, especially if you don't want some of those new features like those 9-foot ceilings, you won't find that. They didn't do that back then.
Or if they did, it's like your house, the like double stacked, and it gives you that wow and that. But then you probably go to the basement and have 8-foot ceilings. So like, if you want it all, you have to do new build.
Yeah.
And then you take that $900,000 budget and you go to like Forest Lakes. Or
you can barely get in there.
I mean,
well,
you have
that
to go
part.
above that budget to get to Sanctuary, and even at Sanctuary, you may have some projects then.
Yeah.
And it's like,
Such a tough
what
decision.
are we gonna do?
Decision.
Do you know?
Do you go straight here now?
Yes, I'll show you.
Do you go right past? Do you go to Union all the way, or do you go?
No.
You turn here.
No.
No.
Look, I'm going to show you a new way. So, Wolf Ranch, because they're starting to build all these houses kind of on the east side of the community, over by the lake, they're starting to like open up these back roads, so I can bypass all that neighborhoody stuff.
Are you going over here by our client by the Toll Brothers?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then just turn left. But to me, it's so much easier. I don't know why, to get to Highline.
Yeah. No, I can see that. Definitely.
Because my sister's building right over there, so this is going to be our little.
How you get there quicker.
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is part of Wolf Ranch, and it's all ranch restricted.
This is Revel
Uh-huh.
at Wolf Ranch. Like Lori said, all ranches.
And then I think the place, or by their, I do think the lake lots above the lake are also ranch restricted, which I don't know if I love that look. I like a ranch, but I just think it makes it look like a retirement community.
It becomes a little
like they all kind of
cookie
look the
cutter-y.
same to me. Yeah, like, I don't know, like there's different elevations, but it's
like this.
They're the exact same house. Looks like, besides a couple pitches in between, to me. So I don't know if I love that look.
Well, and you're talking. I mean, and I'm
That's
not.
not the section we're going
I'm
to.
not trying to like discount what these builders are doing, but when you have this size lot and you're trying to compete with other ranch homes square footage wise, like there's only so many things you can do. Within that floor plan. So aesthetically, if you like roof lines here in Colorado, you have to have we have actually a little rental, Lori and I do, with a flat roof. It's a nightmare in Colorado. So you know you have these things that you have to do really with a build, and there's only so many things you can do to it.
These
for a price
are
point.
nice. I like them.
Especially those with the view.
And these Toll Brother ones are also good, except for there's nothing with the main level living on it. So if you want main level living, that's not happening.
And what did they call those? Like
The
urban homes? I don't know. It's a different product. So then we're going through. I'm kind of glad we're taking you guys this way. You can see like the new rec center is going to be right up here by the lake. See those townhomes right up there?
Yep.
And that's the duo collection that I think we should do. And you can be in the 500s, but they share a wall, but you do have your own backyard and their privacy fencing.
Yep.
And this close to the lake.
Yeah, it would fit a certain lifestyle for sure.
Be a good buy.
Except for buy it and hold it onto it for at least 2 to 3 years, because you know they're going to keep building the same product over and over again in that collection.
Yeah, so
and
if you are unsure of holding on to it at least 2 to 4 years, probably 4 years, don't buy it. Just rent.
Yeah, definitely
this
ask
is
us
the
some of these
duo
questions
collection
when you reach out, especially if you want like a townhome, because we've run into this a few times.
Oh, there's your single families going, isn't it?
Yeah, I was thinking, I think that was a lot we were going to get. I'm sure someone purchased it already, but it had views of Pikes Peak. I'm hoping you can see from our eye in the sky cam, and the lake, which being from Minnesota, I do like to have like the look of a lake. So, but I don't know, we went a different direction. So
we're passing the lake right here, and this section on the right, this is now Highline at Wolf Ranch, and so we're talking $900,000 video. I would say any of these homes up here are like 800 to like 1 at the highest.
Depending upon the caliber of home that you want to build.
That we had a client looking at the 1170, but you're at like 5,600.
But if you had a client and they were building with Covington, I think they could get in a little bit cheaper.
Maybe
like from a dirt start.
Mid-sevens to maybe low sevens if you did basic finishes.
No basement, like that kind of thing. But I think if you wanted a full basement, you'd be like in the low 8s, I would say, if you wanted to.
I think you can do that. And Covington, do you know they have their new model coming right over here?
Are they going to put a lot of plants in it?
Probably.
The lady who stages them. I love her. Call me, I'll tell you about it. I got in trouble. You got in trouble for doing the build. Oh, that was in another video. Kaylee bashed a builder rep, and I was like, "You're gonna get us in
I
trouble.
will say Covington.
You're gonna lose our
Their stager
filming
just
rights."
likes things, a lot of things.
She just likes plants. I'll just tell it. If you're watching this
And-
video, it's okay. Just
And
live at the
zebra
plants.
stuff
Yes,
and
like
pillows.
animals.
You remember
Yes,
the amount?
Yes.
Like it's just a lot of stuff.
That's a lot. Like
Take some away.
she's not a minimalist.
Nope.
No. So just different styles, which is fine. But yeah, so there's like different sections, and when you get up to their house, it is funny. Their street looks so much more grand than even like this street, which is ranch restricted, and it's just right up here, 2 streets. And there's no outlet, right? Can you get out here?
No, it goes into a cul-de-sac.
Yeah.
And so really the only traffic you have back here is just your fellow neighbors, and there's maybe like 40,
we don't have
50
the key
houses.
for this house either. Shoot. We'll be back.
All right, Lori.
Okay, we're in it.
This house is so cute.
We actually went to the builder rep's house because she's a neighbor of Kaylee.
Oh, sorry guys,
It's so loud.
So it is this dark exterior, but look at this wood color with it. They have views out the front.
See, I actually like the dark. This is the rep that was like, I hate the exterior. I love like the batten board. I like the dark.
And the style of lights with it, like they did such a good job.
I do think they could have put like a actual wood door with it or something. I know they're trying to pull a wood color. I don't hate it. I like it. I just think they could have.
Look at this though. You walk in and you have this huge ceiling. But this is like what you see. It's so pretty.
And then if they put like a nice huge chandelier right there, that would be gorgeous.
Oh, yes.
I'll take my shoes off or you'll hear me clinking.
So, and I just think that the finishes the builder did on this is so pretty. Like it's this natural stone, like it's more, like I would call this rustic but modern. Like it's not that raw wood.
And then I just love over here, as Kayleen's going to show you, they have the huge slider
with a covered patio.
with the large covered patio, and that's that home behind. But once you get that fence in and some landscaping, it's one house and it's kind of angled. It doesn't bother me quite as much.
And it's like directly behind you. Like look at this coloring. And I think what it is they put.
See, I think that is Urbane bronze on top.
They put this tile all the way over, and these colors. I just think it's so pretty. This is almost, I think it's a light gray cabinet. It's not white. It's not creamy.
It's a gray.
Because that is a white countertop on top of it, but it's this natural, like stone. This countertop actually is kind of spotted, but for some reason I like it.
I like it. And then you have the nice, like, that's a pretty nice KitchenAid gas range there. Double ovens here, which the other one, that was my thing they should have put in for that level of house. And then see,
it's one of the air fryer
see, this is where
too.
I got, so my husband on our build wants a farmhouse sink, and I think farmhouse
This is
sinks.
bad lighting, turn around.
I think farmhouse sinks are kind of like, I don't want to say dated, but like the traditional white farmhouse sinks. And so I upgraded to this black one.
It is really.
I like the black. I just think it looks a little bit more time.
Well,
I
and
don't know.
if you look at this, like with the dark cabinets and the dark accents over here, it kind of is more of a statement. on
See
your
how the last
house.
house is a little bit more like whites and creams, and this one does have a little bit more like character, but I kind of like it. It makes it feel a little bit more high end to me. I think.
It feels like Colorado to me.
Yeah.
Like wooded Colorado.
And staging this one also would be a dream.
And it still feels light and bright though, Lori.
Yes, and this is like a dining room. Like you could make
do
a
love this
beautiful
one.
dining room here.
Like look at the sunlight.
And then they have one other bedroom on the main.
I love this floor too that they put in this house.
Yeah. And then they do the stack, the zalige to the ceiling.
It is so pretty. And do you notice that they did like all the brushed nickel?
Yeah, which is
Like it
different.
doesn't have. It's still so pretty though.
Yeah.
Big windows. I mean, they have a peak view. I don't know if you can see right out the front of this room.
And then let me show you master closet.
And
I
they,
love
you know
for
what
bathroom.
I'm seeing too? The hand texture on the walls.
They thought this was super textured, and I was like, oh no.
No, this is.
They were like, this is really textured, and I was like, no, not for Colorado standards. This is like flat.
It's like a, yeah, it's pretty.
What they call like a hand trowel or something like that. I don't know.
Uh-huh.
And then so you have laundry right when you come in. A little bit of.
See, I do like this drop zone way more.
The other one just had like, was it just two? I want to say.
Yeah, it was just little. Mm-hmm. And that is a cute laundry room. Mm-hmm. I like that there's a look.
A little bit of style to that. And then I love the bathroom in here.
Me too. This is like one of my favorite bathrooms I've seen in a while.
So nice master, a lot of natural light. Get yourself some good curtains there that you can go up and down with. I like the way that they laid this tile. I think that made such a big difference. Instead of doing just the straight lay, they did more of that, what do I say?
But it's not real stripy either.
No. But look at this shower. Let me see if I can turn the light on. See? Oh, I turned the fan on too. Here. See how different it is? It's like that dark.
It is so.
And then they have that wood-looking tile in the back, which I love.
It is like stunning.
Mm-hmm.
I do love.
See,
and look at the giant. What do you call that? Like the shower pan?
I like that. And see how that's. Remember, we were just at a listing for a new listing in Kingsley coming this summer, and she was like, "What do I do with my bathroom?" I'm like, "Angle it."
Yeah.
Do you think you should like just to put it against the wall is weird?
And I guess you just figure out how to mop behind there.
Yeah, you'll figure it out. And then let's look at the basement real quick.
Yeah, I mean,
it's part of the house.
Comparing $900,000 houses, like this is only half the. Oh, I do want to show them the garage.
Okay.
Well,
yeah.
I guess we didn't.
It's a little. It's a big garage.
Extra long.
Yeah. It's a big garage.
This whole thing right here is a pop out. So this is extra long, and then that's even deeper.
Yeah.
So it's a big garage.
A big garage. Mm-hmm.
I know that's hard to see. It just looks like a box, but it's big.
And the basement down here is manageable to me. I know that last one has a big open space, and this one by no means is tiny. But the full bar with, the other one just was against the wall.
Countertop too.
And look at the flooring. It's that kind of that brick look flooring. I like that. And then the fireplace down here with
that fireplace is cute.
That mantle
is
cute.
Like more of a manageable feel. I think
you have your living, and then you could do game room or I don't know, something over there.
And you still have 3 bedrooms and 2 bathrooms down
Yeah,
here.
it's not small. So you have, someone's calling Kalene. So you have bathroom, and then Jack and Jill.
And they all have these, because storage was a thing for them. Mm-hmm. And you have, sorry guys, I can't shut this off right now. But you have storage in, or walk-in closets in all of these bedrooms. And then there's still like this junior suite.
Yeah, it has an attached bathroom, which is like for guests if you want them to have their own space when they're here. So with its own walk-in closet, and then only a single vanity sink, which is fine. It gives you extra countertop, and I like that bath shower. How they laid that tile too.
I know. This house is so pretty. I see why they were torn.
Yeah.
But for $900,000 though, I do think if you're looking at just the houses that we just compared, I think the lifestyles are pretty different.
Yeah, I think it was the area.
And the area, not that one's better than the other, but just all those things. That's
different
what
feels.
You have to weigh out.
Yeah, once you're here, you can kind of see it. So this is second option number 2.